can pretty much do anything with AI. And so one of the things that I wanted to be proactive about, and first of all, let me say this is not investment advice. That's my full disclaimer. But this is actually a real account. This is a Schwab account that I've had for a while. But I know that the SpaceX IPO is coming up. And even though I do have funds in a Vanguard account, I did want to allocate some funds to own some underlying assets, not only inside of SpaceX, but also some underlying companies just in this overall tech AI boom. Now, I am not a trader, so again, this is not investment advice, but I want to show you how I am executing trades. Now, instead of me having to go in here, execute trades, puts, I think AI first with almost everything that I do now. And so I said, before I execute this trade, I wonder if there's an API to help me execute this trade. And so essentially, what I did was, Schwab has an API. I built a app using Claude Code around it via the API to execute these trades. And so now you can see I gave Claude permission. It put together a plan. I said, hey, here's the allocation. Here's how I want to do it. So 2 shares of Amazon, 2 shares of NVIDIA. We're going to allocate $400 for a share of SpaceX and another $300 for OpenAI at IPO, another $300 for Anthropic when they also IPO as well. So it's all broken down here. And so essentially, it asked me to confirm and verify. And so once it did its magic here, it executed the script. It found the entry points and it executed, right? And so it says done in law portfolio state of a noun. So it executed this, 2 shares, cash. And so you can see when we're on, so what you find from the calendar. So this is what I'm going to fund. These are the dates. So you can actually see the dates tomorrow night. And then Tuesday. So it's actually going to track the day range too. Because obviously on launch day is like it goes crazy. It goes hyperbolic. People are buying. And so there's a strategy to wait until after the IPO, until things settle down a bit, right? And so this is basically the pipeline that's been developed: research, analysis, proposal, programmatic execution, logged and graded, right? And so basically now I can execute trades directly from Claude Code based on research, analysis, and programmatically executing. So I don't have to try to log into the interface. It basically happens almost instantaneous once I give the confirmation. So I'm going to actually refresh this, because right now you can see I had just made this transfer today. So now we should see a different allocation. Okay, so here we go. So I can see that Amazon was executed, NVIDIA was also executed, and I have 2 shares. And so this is the total cash basis at this point, right? And so this was all done programmatically through Claude Code. And so now my entries and my exits will be executed and coordinated with my AI. So it's not just going to be me having to go into the interface and make these trades. I'm actually going to have automations and alerts. So basically full stock analysis, entry and exit points, when to purchase, as well as, sales too, when to exit. I have full access for both entry and exits, as well as for options as well, and puts. So I can do puts, I can do calls, all programmatically leveraging and using AI. So this is really the future. And I always think now, not through interface, but AI and API first, right? And so if there is an API, I want to look at the documentations and see exactly programmatically what I can do via the API first before I look at even fooling with the interface. And so we're going to get to the point to where agents are really able to function and operate independently using all API calls. And we're just going to be communicating directly with the agents, which is essentially what I do and how I run my agency now. So this is just one way that we've implemented AI into like everyday data use for my personal use in addition to my business. So I hope this has been enjoyable. So get out there, continue to build. And if you want to learn more about how you can continue to implement and grow with AI, you can click the link below. I have a newsletter that I send out. Get on the newsletter and I'll send you updates. Enjoy.